What's up? I'm Robert Martinez. I love video games, and that's what inspired me to want to take this class during high school. This is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. I took this class because I was curious to see how games were made and wanted to learn how to make one. What I really want to do with the rest of my life is become an acoustic engineer and learn how to build performing art centers. This first project you're seeing is a cage we made in Maya. It was tough. I didn't really know what I was doing because I had never taken any 3D modeling classes before. And later we put textures on it to make it look at least a little more real. So the second project you're seeing is my first project in Unity. It was tough, but the controls are similar to Maya. We practiced painting terrain, also raising and lowering the terrain by making mountains. This third project you're seeing is we pretty much imported the cage we made in Maya into Unity and put it into the environment. So in Unity, all we did with this one was just change the lighting controls to where I liked it, my preference pretty much. Before video games, there were board games, and that's what you see here in these two pictures. This first picture is of the game. I didn't really name it. It was pretty much just a racing game, pretty much, where you went around in circles, pulled cards that would sabotage, like, your being in the race. Like, you would pull a car that said you lost a tire or something, but if you were to make it around the track 3 times, you win, and there's only one die in it. In the alterations, you'll see me playing the game with my friend, and it was a pretty fun game. But we eventually ran out of cards, so we decided to just put the card in the bottom of the deck and recycle until we won. So the project you're seeing here now is a game that we had to make called individually. Mine was called Hercules Maze Run, and it was pretty much just a maze game with twists and turns. It would have iconic heroes in it like Hercules, and even like villains, I guess, like Medusa, the 3-headed Cerberus, and the Hydra eventually. And the picture you're seeing right now is an interface we had to come up with. It's pretty much just, it would be a title screen of a game. All you have pretty much is your simple start and a tutorial, along with the name of the game and what the maze would look like. These 3 images you're seeing here are an environment we made for the game we picked called Hello, This Is Bird. In Unity, we made an environment by using prefab models and environment creation tools to make this city environment. This project you're seeing here is just a simple building we made in Maya. Again, it was still tough. I really had no idea what I was doing this time. We made this shirt in Flash to enter into our Academy contest for a t-shirt design. This is a character model we made in Maya from a polygon primitive for our Hello, This Is Bird game. We started learning C++ and we made this program. In Magic's Music Maker, we made this song to go along with our bird game. In GameStar Mechanic, we learned about 5 basic rules to video game making: space, components, mechanics, goals, and rules. I put my bird model in Unity to let my mentor know what I have planned for the bird game. I learned how to make different types of variables in C++, like floats, ints, doubles, strings, chars, and bools. I learned how to set up safety codes so the user doesn't crash the program by accident. We also learned about x++ and x-, and order of operation. To texture the bird that we made in Maya, we had to use a UV texture editor in program, get a picture of a bird, and match the geometry of the bird with the picture in order to texture it properly. So in Maya, we modeled the bird in various types of forms to make this sprite sheet to go along with the game, and later put it in Photoshop to make it a little bit more pretty for you. In Unity, we had a little fun by making this environment that would be the terrain of a planet far, far away. Our mentor needed a little help with game characters. He said they needed to be steampunk, so I drew this steampunk spider for him that he could make as an enemy. Later, we scanned it into the computer and colored it in Flash. I followed an instructional video in Unity to help me make this simple game, and later added a little bit of Flash to it. So when we finally came into agreement on what the bird game was supposed to be, we made this environment in Unity. It wasn't really what I had in mind. All we did was add a picture of a city onto the rollerball game. So in C++, we learned more about how arithmetic works. We learned about if statements, nested if statements, and more about X++. What you're seeing now is a demo reel inside of a demo reel. We basically used Premiere to help showcase what we've done so far by making this reel. That's about it. Well, looks like we're continuing this demo reel. For our 27th project, we were each given separate tasks. Don't ask me how I got put on a team that displays the rewards, but I am, so whatever. Alright, this time your boy is back at it again with the C++. This time we learned different statements like while, do while, or, and for statements. We also learned about different symbols like or, is not, and. We demonstrated how to make a business by going through various steps. After practicing making a business, we went back to C++ to help refresh our memory from what we learned. Next, we rigged our bird for motion so that we may put it in our game. And we used instructions for rigging a human for the bird. Next, we exported it into an FBX and moved it into our Unity game. Next, we added seeds into our game so that it would act as like health packs for the pigeon in our game. Now it was the moment of truth. We had already imported it into our game. All we needed to see is if the pigeon would move while it was in game. Next, we spread the seeds around so that the pigeon would get health in all different parts of the map. Next was the game over and drop box. We had demonstrated that we could have it so that the game would end. All we needed to do was set it up so that people could download and play. Lastly is this website where we stored all our stuff on it. Hope you enjoyed this.